Coming up in this Fincast, a look at a new twist on one of the oldest filters in the hobby. Hi everybody, John here with another Fincast, and today we want to look at a new hang-on back filter. And you might say, well, what could possibly be new about hang-on back filters? Well, I want to show you this, which is new from Seachem. It's the Tidal 75, and it comes in a number of different sizes. This one is up to 75 gallons, and I believe that there's also there's a smaller one, and there's one that'll go over 100 gallons, and I'll put a link to it on the description with this video down below. But this product is significantly different than any hang-on back filter that I have ever used, and believe me, if not hundreds, I've definitely used dozens of different hang-on back filters over the year, and there's a whole lot of different features that have sort of reinvented, allowed Seachem, working with Sicce, I hope I'm saying that right, S-I-C-C-E, out of Italy. There's a lot of features on this thing that really make it different than your typical hang-on back filter. So Seachem actually sent this to me and asked me to review it and put it through its paces. So I thought I would do that on my new tannin aquarium, which is a series that we've been following for several weeks now, where we're using botanicals from the jungle to create sort of tea-stained water. And I've had a canister filter on the tank, which is working great, but since we had the opportunity to review this one, I'm going to put this one in its place and see if it works as advertised. Okay, so we're doing the unboxing on the Tidal 75, and let's see what we've got here. Very nice. All right, and instruction book. There's a look at the filter. Take a look inside. Comes with the matrix biomedia, which is that. And it comes with the sponge, which is that. And this looks like it's removable. And there's your removable cartridge container. So there you go, that's that. Slide that in place, put that in. We'll rinse this off and put it in. The nice thing about it is that you can put whatever media you want in there as long as you've got it in a bag, which is very, that's what a lot of people do. When I used to have my aquarium store, the stuff that comes typically with a hang-on back filter is just going to be a very low-level consumer grade, and there are some better products you can buy. And I always told them, just pull the stuff out that comes with the filter and just use the basket for the higher grade stuff, kind of like this. And this filter just says, look, that's what people are going to do. Why don't we just make it easier for them to do it? And I think that's a really good idea. All right, now it's time to try the filter out. So we're going to put this, as I said, on my tannin aquarium tank. And this is a 55-gallon aquarium. The filter is rated for up to 75 gallons, so this should be a good one. And I want to talk a little bit about what goes in here from Seachem. First of all, there is the Seachem Matrix. So Matrix is very interesting. It's extremely porous, and it allows nitrifying and denitrifying bacteria to form. And the more surface area you have on this type of biological media, the better it is. And Seachem's claim is that it has by far the most on the market. And what I really like about this product is that it removes nitrate as well as ammonia and nitrite. And typically, when you think about aquariums, the only way to remove nitrate is to do water changes. The filtration system does its thing, but nitrate is left in the water, and Seachem's claim is that the matrix will actually remove the nitrate. I haven't had any problems with nitrate in this aquarium, but it'll be interesting to see what happens as we go along with this filter project. Then number 2 is the Matrix Carbon, and Seachem, of course, claims that this is an outstanding product. And I think this is a certainly better than consumer grade carbon that you can find on the market. And I'll put some links to all of this in the description with the video. But Seachem says this has the lowest amount of phosphate on the market. All carbon does have a little bit of phosphate that gets returned into the system. So lowest amount on the market. And then it's spherically shaped, and it's the only spherically shaped carbon on the market, which allows maximum water passage. So the more water that can touch an individual granule of carbon, the more effective that granule of carbon can be. And the fact that it's spherically shaped is definitely something that I think will assist in its effectiveness in the fish tank. So, and then also what we have here is a carbon that is coal-based, and so the surface of each individual granule of carbon, it can either be microporous or macroporous, and what we're looking for is macroporous because that more easily binds to organic waste, which is organic molecules, which basically is fish waste. So you want something that has a macroporous surface area, and that's what this carbon has. So anyway, we put all that in the nice basket, and then we put the filter on the back of the fish tank. Then with a dry filter, I plugged it in and waited to see if the self-priming would work, and in less than 15 seconds, boom, there was water coming out of the tank. So now my aquarium water is passing through the filter. Of course, we won't know exactly how well this filter works till it's been running for a little while, but a little later in the video I will show you some kind of impressive results that came after just about a week of usage. But let me go through some of the features that I've been able to check right off the bat. And I'm looking down at my Seachem booklet that sort of goes over the features on the pump. So first of all, low wattage to high flow ratio. Allows for power savings with excellent circulation. Well, I can speak to the excellent circulation. I'm not much of an expert on low wattage, but that information will be with this video in the description. Silent operation, yes. I would say this is a very silent filter. Self-priming pump, we already talked about that, worked really well. Low maintenance for ease of long-term aquarium care. I like that basket. Pointed out the basket, so we'll give them a check on that. Self-cleaning impeller, interesting. For reducing pump maintenance, and if you've ever had a hang-on back filter, you know the impeller can be a problem over time. I think it's too early to know right now since I've only had it going for a week. That is a nice feature, and they do have some nice diagrams with this that I can put a link to. Non-corrosive parts allow for use in fresh or saltwater aquariums. We'll take their word for that. Exceptional high capacity filter basket, we talked about that already. The Matrix biomedia, we talked about that. Removable filter basket allows for easy remote cleaning. We'll look at that. The filter cover doubles as a tray for the filter basket. That is interesting. So when you go to clean this thing, you don't drip it all over your floor on your way to the sink for the cleaning. Someone's thinking really smart there. I like that feature a lot. Ventilation slots allow for even airflow and enhanced gas exchange. That sounds good. Compressed profile reduces interference with the aquarium placement, so you can put the aquarium closer to the wall basically. I would say that's true. It is sort of compact. Leveling dial allows for exact positioning on the aquarium wall. I used that feature and was able to sort of tilt the filter forward so the water was falling less and made it level on the tank, and it works very easily. Surface skimming pulls floating organics and scum. I like that a lot because especially with that tannin aquarium, starting to get some buildup, look like oils on the surface of the aquarium. I don't know that it was doing any harm, but since we've had that filter running, that's all gone because the surface intake is turning that over. So I think that's good. Adjustable flow rate allows for versatile use in a range of aquarium environments. Now that is really nice. It's just a dial right on top, and you can speed the water up or slow it down as you see fit. Obviously, if you slow it down, you're getting fewer gallons per hour, which in my mind means less filtration. On the upside, when you slow it down, the water is in contact with the filter media longer, so perhaps it's a little bit more effective while it's actually in the filter. You can look at it either way. For me, I've got it on wide open, and that's sort of where I like to run it. But that is something that's there to consider. Adjustable intake from surface versus depth allows for focus on specific areas, so you can raise or lower, and a lot of filters will offer some version of this. This one is telescoping. If you want to pull water from the bottom of the aquarium or the middle of the aquarium, you can do that pretty easily. Heater holder clip allows for secure and even heat dispersion. So basically what you're saying is you got heated water and the water flows over the heater and you get nice dispersion. I like that. I like the heater holder. I set that up and that worked very well. And it just is one less thing to worry about with the suction cups on the side of the tank. So as long as that heater holder works like it seems to, I like that feature. And then the maintenance monitor shows when the filter basket needs cleaning. Usually I can tell by just looking at my fish tank when things aren't going so well, but we'll take a closer look at the maintenance monitor. Basically it's a little blue tab that pushes up from the top. So there are some of the features. Now let's talk about my test against my tannin stained aquarium. Remember that this is and there's a whole series of videos now going back to the setup of this aquarium, which essentially you buy botanicals, nuts, pods, leaves from the jungle, put them in the tank, and let them leach all their tannins out after even boiling them to get them to sink. And we've got some really good things going on in the tank, but you have to sort of get used to the tea-stained water in the fish tank. Well, since we have talked a little bit and we've seen online that some people are doing the botanicals, but they've figured out a way to take the tea stain out of the water and still keep the botanicals, still keep the fish happy, I thought, well, since we've got this advanced carbon with this filter, let's go ahead and let it run and see if that starts to work. So we have had the aquarium set up now for going on 7 days, and I can tell you without reservation that the tea stain is leaving the water. The fish are just as happy. I'm sure I'm removing some beneficial tannic acids and other things that really make the botanicals cool, but just to see if with filtration we can remove some of that, I decided to go ahead and use the carbon in particular because I think that's what's taking out of the water. And the way I test that, since a 55-gallon tank is kind of narrow front to back, is I look lengthwise down the tank. So you're looking through 4 feet of water. And when I first put this filter on the tank, and again I've turned off my canister filter, since I first put this filter on the tank, I have noticed a big difference. When I looked through the 4 feet of water, initially I could not see my hand on the other end. If I went down through and moved my hand looking through the 4 feet of water, couldn't see it. This is what it looks like right now, and you can see that yes, you can see easily through the 4 feet of water when you look at the aquarium lengthwise, so that's working. What I expect will happen is that either the filtration media will be worn out and it won't go any further, or there's still some additional capacity in that matrix carbon and it will continue to scrub the water, and eventually that water will be very close to clear, if not crystal clear. And I certainly also think that if I were to replace the carbon with another batch, that would happen. A couple other things to note: the bag that comes with the Seachem media actually has a zipper on it, which is really cool. So you can open it up, you can get rid of the old media, you buy a bag or a box of the new media and just drop it in there, rinse it off to get the dust off, and you can put it right back in the filter. That's pretty cool. So here we are. We have a 55-gallon tannin aquarium. We've put the filter on it. It's quiet. It's got a lot of features as advertised. I think it is fair for Seachem to say that they've more or less reinvented the hang-on back filter, and I think that there are some excellent features of this filter, and everything seems to be working after less than 2 weeks as advertised. So there's an early look at it. I think we'll come back in 6 months and we'll give it a mention, we'll give it a look, or if something really starts to break down, we'll I'll let you know about that. But I expect that this is going to be a nice upgrade for the hobby that will allow you to do with a hang-on back filter what you haven't been able to do in the past. And I do think that a hang-on back versus a canister filter offers a lot of advantages in terms of ease of use and so forth. So there you go. There is a look at the new Seachem 75 Tidal filter. I hope you enjoyed this Fincast. Please click around a little bit. You'll see that there's a whole lot more on this tannin aquarium. I've also got a series of videos on my huge piece of driftwood, which is also a 55-gallon aquarium, and I've got a big reef aquarium in my house as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next Fincast.